I was taking 8 college courses to graduate early and prepare for motherhood. But motherhood was not something that I was prepared for. If you're new here, my name's Josie and I make faith-based parenting and lifestyle content. I post every Tuesday with tips, stories, and scriptures to help you on your life journey as a parent. So let's get into it. For today's video, we're going to talk about how life's pace changes after becoming a mom. In my experience, I was a college student at Connecticut College, just wrapping up my human development and education majors while simultaneously being class president, working part time, and being a part of multiple different clubs. It was the beginning of my senior year when my husband and I found out that I was pregnant. This came as a big shock to us, but nonetheless, we had to prepare. I was in constant communication with my class dean, trying to figure out how can I finish my last year of college while simultaneously preparing for motherhood. I knew this was going to be hard, and my class dean pretty much told me that in order for me to keep my full ride scholarship, I needed to let go of my leadership positions and cram my entire senior year into one semester. I was taking 8 college courses to graduate early and prepare for motherhood. But motherhood was not something that I was prepared for. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. In my prayer time, I was begging God to make a different way possible. I did not want to end my senior year stressing out about finishing early while preparing for motherhood, not even being able to fully embrace my friendships, my leadership positions, the clubs I was a part of. It was really sad. I had to beg God to make another way. He did answer me, and he answered me with a no. His no was so clear that it's actually funny now, but at the time, I did have a tantrum. I had a fit. He said no, and he closed every single door that I was trying to go down. I remember I was walking around my campus by myself, talking out loud like a crazy person, and just telling God everything that I was feeling. I was telling him how I really don't want to do this and begging him to make another way. But at the same time, I really had to put my full trust in him because he has never failed me. Even though I really didn't want to do this path of cramming my entire year into one semester, I knew that God was making this path available for me for a reason. And I didn't know the reason until now. Long story short, the semester was coming to an end, and by the grace of God, I was able to finish my full 8 courses and graduate early. Not only that, I was able to do it with straight A's. Can we give God the glory? That was a really challenging part of my life, but I did not realize that the real challenge was on its way: becoming a mom. I went from having so much on my plate to literally having one thing on my plate, and that was my family. Even though being a mom has its busy days, first couple of months were pretty slow, and that pace change was not something I was prepared for. I genuinely didn't know how to function. I felt like I had to relearn myself. I was reliving the same days and feeling a little unaccomplished. I just came from being this extremely busy and ambitious student who was double majoring, who was class president, who was a part of clubs, focusing solely on raising my son. The pace change from being a super busy student to living a slow and intentional life by raising my son was something that I could not fully prepare for. And now I see that God was trying to prepare me by having me cram my entire year into one semester so that I can use my last semester to fully prepare on becoming a mom. If you see yourself a part of my story, I have 3 mindset shifts that have really helped me to see the pace of motherhood as intentional for a content life. Number 1, motherhood is a ministry. and that is enough. I genuinely had to embrace the fact that I am raising the next generation. Just because I am raising one child does not mean that that is not impactful. One person is all it takes to change the world. I really had to sit back and look at, what am I putting my attention to? Am I giving my attention to the things outside of myself, outside of my home, or am I fully giving my attention to the things inside of my home? And that leads me to point number 2. If it doesn't align with your family goals, then don't participate in it. I really needed to have discernment to know what was best for me and my family, and what to be a part of that would magnify our family goals and our family desires. So, for example, something that my family and I value is quality time. I want to be a part of something that will magnify our ability to stay connected and spend quality time together, rather than giving myself to something that pushes me away from my family. I want to be a part of something that will allow us to unite together into that space. I highly recommend that you have this conversation with your family, figure out what are the things that are most valuable to you, and reflect on what you are part of and remove those commitments that do not align with your family goals. And the last point is, God did not make you a mom by accident. He did not make a mistake by making you a mom. God is extremely intentional, and He has a reason for everything. The reason why He made you a mom is because He saw that you were fit to give glory to His kingdom by raising the next generation. Even though you might feel fearful and you might not know exactly how to be a mom, this is where I was, and this is where I still am sometimes. I genuinely had to seek after the Lord and fully put my trust in Him that He didn't make a mistake. Even though I will make mistakes as a mom, I know that if I raise my child up in the way of the Lord, then I'm doing something right. This portion of the video I like to call The Word Speaks, where I share a scripture with you that really spoke to me during this time of my life. And for today's video, we're going to get into Proverbs chapter 3, verse 6. I'll have it on the screen, and it says, "Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take." So let's talk about it. Share in the comments a life pace change that you are going through or that you just went through, and share with us a scripture that the Lord is using to get you through this life pace change. I hope this video blessed you, and until next time, bye.